Shutdowns at 2 plants left some school districts in Wisconsin scrambling to find milk for their students this fall.
The shutdowns are also increasing milk prices for the lunch programs. Borden Dairy, which provided milk for school cafeterias, announced in May that it was cutting back on milk production. One of its plants closed over the summer, and another in De Pere stopped producing milk and only produced sour cream. Schools are required to offer students milk as part of the USDA's National School Lunch Program. The milk will cost about 30% more this year.
The pandemic has taken a toll on reading and math scores for America's 9-year-old students. According to new data from the National Center for Education Statistics, math and reading scores fell dramatically during the first 2 years of the pandemic. Reading scores saw their largest decrease in 30 years, and math scores had their first decrease in the history of the testing regimen behind the study. The declines impacted all regions of the country and affected most students of most races, but students of color saw some of the steepest decreases, and the declines were slightly worse in the Northeast and Midwest.
People may want to turn away from beef jerky and choose a salad. According to 2 studies published Wednesday in the British Medical Journal, those who eat prepackaged food items like frozen pizza, hot dogs, are more likely to have major health problems. The U.S.-based study, which was based on more than 200,000 people over nearly a 3-decade period, discovered a link between those types of foods and colorectal cancer in men. The second study, based on 22,000 people in Italy, found that ultra-processed and nutrient-poor foods both increase the risk of an early death, especially from cardiovascular diseases. Officials say ready-to-eat meals are often less healthy than natural food because of the addition of items like chemical additives, sugar, and salt.
Pollinators are an important part of agriculture, especially in Wisconsin. The state is home to 14.2 million acres dedicated to the agricultural industry. However, there's been a decline in pollinators, not in Wisconsin, but throughout the entire country. Dave Russell, a landowner in Price County, has participated in a conservation incentive program. He hopes to help boost the pollinator population in his area.
We made a commitment to try and reestablish them here on the property. And we've seen a dramatic increase in not only the insect population, but the birds, as well as all types of wildlife.
His property has been considered a success by the USDA, which oversees a natural resources conservation program.
This has definitely been successful, and I think because of Dave's maintenance of the site, that's why it is so well established.
According to the USDA, beginning in 2006, experts noted significant yearly declines in honeybee colonies. If you're interested in doing a similar project yourself, they recommend to contact a local NRCS office. Fall is right around the corner, and that means apple picking season. Why some apple orchards are expecting a great harvest. We'll break it down after the break. After a car accident today, a Merrill first responder went above and beyond. Firefighter and paramedic John Kragenbrink responded to a car crash, leaving one of the drivers transported to the hospital. The injured driver had groceries in the vehicle. Kragenbrink took their groceries home for them to prevent them from spoiling. Aww. That is really nice. It was hot out there today. So
yes, those groceries can spoil very quickly with temperatures in the mid-80s out there today. We'll do it again tomorrow, followed by some big changes on the way about this time tomorrow night. But look at the temperatures outside now. We're hanging out low to mid-80s. That's not normal. The average high being about 74 this time of year. Lots of clear skies across the state now. However, our attention then turns toward the west. So that's a cold front across the Dakotas. That's moving our direction, likely arriving about this time tomorrow evening. The problem with that is it'll likely kick up a few showers and storms. Those could be strong with some gusty winds and heavy downpours. And there are lots of football games about this time tomorrow night as well. So keep an eye on the sky tomorrow. We'll watch it for a couple hours. It quickly gets out of here, though, by, say, 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. And a very nice weekend. Cooler, though. We'll have a northwest wind with high temperatures struggling to get out of the 60s on Saturday. It's going to feel a bit like fall around here on Saturday afternoon.
All right, that's all for your local news and weather. We'll see you back here at 10.